so proudly we hailed, and at twilight's last gleam, those bright stars and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets
Good evening and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. I'm Stephen Bell along with BJ Duvall, and Brett's up here with us for a little bit. The three amigos, we're back in action one more time. And let me tell you, we're at Daytona International Speedway, BJ. And, you know, tonight, it could be you in the chase going in next week, or you're out of the chase with the big one.
That's right. It's very easy to get caught up in the big one, and seems like super speedways Talladega is known for it, but it doesn't matter where you go. Super speedways, it is always going to be the big one. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And coming into tonight, we've got Peyton Hubbard, Jonah Colbert, Bobby Hall, Barrett Morton, and Wes Wiggin, our current top five. The man right on the edge, looking to try to stay in. It's going to be down there in 16th. That's going to be Cody Anderson in that 16th spot, as looking at the playoffs going into next week. So race is tight. Race is going to be very tight. We'll see just how it plays out here tonight.
Definitely. Right now, Wes Wiggin on top of the charts. Now, Rob Morse Jr. goes back to the top in that 76 machine as we're watching Dustin Rinstall in at number 20 qualifying as we're down the back straightaway. He's currently in the 6th position. And Brett,
Hello, buddy.
tell us one thing you like about Daytona.
No, it's flat out. You just don't lift.
That's right. Don't lift, just flat out foot it all the way around this puppy. And let's see if Dustin Rinstall improves on the second lap here as he comes to start finish line. Let's see. I believe he is going to stay in that 6th position. The next driver making his way onto the racing surface from Rome, Pennsylvania, is Daniel Worthington. Daniel Worthington in the 113. As your top five still Rod Morse Jr., Wes Wiggin, Ed Osborne, Jonah Colbert, and Devin Scroggins rounds out your top five here and qualifying with the Bluegrass Truck Series live on Ultimate Dirt TV. Well, BJ, the stage break is on lap number 25. And Brett, as a driver on the asphalt, you're looking for the stage break. You know the top 10 gets points. But do you want to be in a mix to get those valuable bonus points or points at the stage? Or would you rather just kind of sandbag until the second part?
No, I think well, I mean, it's kind of a catch-22. You know, there's two ways you can go about this. You know, you can try and sandbag and put yourself in good stead for the back half of the race and look to get yourself into the chase and the playoff series. Or if you're chasing points, well, there's no better opportunity than to put yourself at the front of the at the end of the stage break and try and maximize your points for the entire championship.
Definitely. BJ, so the stage break is on lap number 25. When do you expect these drivers come in for fuel?
Honestly, my thoughts looking at 50% fuel on these trucks out here, I'm going to say we're probably going to be looking right around lap 15. So anywhere from lap 10 to lap 15, expect to see these guys coming down pit road, but caution is going to be playing a major part in this. If these guys get 3 cautions, there's a decent chance that several of them throughout the line, throughout the draft, are going to be able to make it the distance. Guys in the front are really going to struggle. They're going to be the first ones you see having to come down, and then their team's going to come down with them, so that way they can get linked back up and get back into a pack. To be honest with you, I don't expect to see green flag pit stops, at least in the first stage.
Definitely not. And you gotta wonder, we're watching out Bobby Hall Jr. That's a nice looking truck there. A little bit, some design work done on it. So he got that puppy redid. And I gotta tell you, Bobby was supposed to get back with me, and he never did from last week. And that's okay, because he's probably listening tonight, and this is going to remind him.
So he's one of those guys, Steve. He's like, yeah, I'll get back to you, huh?
Yeah, he was supposed to get back with me. He never did. But, it's busy.
I know all about those guys, Steve. I'm one of those guys. Yeah, no, I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you, and then I'll just completely forget about it. So, Bobby Hall, you're still not. Yeah, no, you're not off the leash. Get back to Steve.
Also making his way onto the racing surface from Mooresville, North Carolina, is Roddy Shirk. Roddy Shirk in the 51 truck out here, that blue machine. Your top 5 still looking like Ron Morse Jr., Wes Wiggett, Ed Osborne, Daniel Worthington, and Jonah Cobert. Rounds out your top 5. And how many of y'all out there tonight have the Daylight Savings Blues? I had a rough time going to work today. I know I did.
Me too. It sucked.
Well, the only good thing for Brett is he don't have to celebrate daylight savings, right?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I'm just asking.
Yeah, no, we definitely do. And it actually threw me off because it was an hour earlier than what I should, earlier than what I should have been, because I was thinking, like today, for instance, I use Bluegrass as an example. Normally it's at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It was only that I got a message yesterday before I was about to do a broadcast saying, hey, we're on in 15 minutes, and I thought we had an hour and 15 minutes. So I'm just like, I got up out of bed and on like 6 hours sleep. I'm just like, cool. So now Bluegrass goes from 1 o'clock in the afternoon to right at lunchtime. So now I've got to wait to have lunch. And honestly, guys, seriously, you can't deprive a fat man of food.
That is true. And on the racing surface from Columbus, Ohio, in the 97, he has 1 win on the season. It's Alex Healy. Alex Healy picking up the win at Watkins Glen a couple of weeks back in that number 97 machine. Out there qualifying right now, his first lap he scored in that 20th position. Mikey Neal going to be racing tonight. Scott Fritz, David Farmer, to name a couple.
Yeah, so a much larger field tonight. But, looking at the lap times of qualifying, Alex Haley 20th in his first lap. It's not uncommon to see these guys run slow on their first lap, so they run up by the wall a lot. With the restrictor plates on their vehicles, on their trucks, on their cars throughout the rest of the week, we'll see them run up to the high side. It takes a lot longer for the vehicles to get up to speed, for the trucks to get up to speed, especially and with that restrict plate on it, because it's restricting the horsepower that the vehicles have to keep them from going 200 miles an hour on these tracks. So they take their time to run up to the high side on the first lap. Second lap, they come to the bottom. Speaking of which, Alex Haley, he's going to move himself into 8th quick here for the second lap.
That's right, BJ.
You're not bringing that. That's right, are you? You're not bringing that back, are you?
No.
That's
no.
right. That's right. That's right.
Well, with kangaroos jumping and all the good stuff, we got 50 seconds left in qualifying here with the Bluegrass Truck Series, again live on Ultimate Dirt TV, simulcast live on the YouTube side of things on the UDTV, and with the Bluegrass Facebook and YouTube, and dirtfan.com. So Bobby Hall now just getting back to me. He said he heard me. So we'll see.
Yeah, so he should. So he should.
And right now we see clouds, BJ, starting to get over the track. And let's take a look at the weather. And if you look at it, it's 73 degrees on the racing surface, 7 degrees outside. So the track's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's going to mean for a lot of grip underneath these trucks, and that's going to be very vital once the tire wear really comes into play. See, qualifying has come to an end, but once tire wear comes into play, usually later in the race, the cooler temperature is going to be very vital in getting the rubber to really stick to the asphalt and maintain their speeds, maintain high pace. But qualifying is over. It is time for the starting grid.
On the pole tonight is the Ron Morris Racing WJM truck number 76, Ron Morris Jr. And to his outside, the Flex Motorsports truck number 88, Wes Wiggin.
Inside of row number 2 out of Virginia, it's going to be the 42 of Ed Osborne, lined up to his outside from Flex Motorsports. It's going to be the 113 of Daniel Worthington.
In row number 3 to the inside, the JC Motorsports truck number 31. He has a handful of wins this season. It's Jonah Cobert to his outside. I don't know if y'all believe this or not, but he hails out of the United States in truck number 38, David Brackett.
No, I don't believe it at all.
Row number 4 to the inside in the 71. He's one of the rookies of the series. It's Devin Scroggins on the lineup to his outside from Flex Motorsports and YNH Motorsports. It's the 97 of Alex Healy.
In row number 5 to the inside, the Flex Motorsports truck number 94 is Bobby Hall Jr. to his outside. The Turn 1 Racing car number 20, Dustin Rinstedel.
Row number 6 to the inside from WJM Motorsports. It's the 17 of Cody Anderson. Line up to his outside. Team Reaper, 51 of Ronnie Shirk.
I wanted that because I like saying shirk. Row number 7 to the inside, the Elevated Esports truck number 4, Alan Duranco. And to his outside, the Cornerstone Motorsports car number 77, Tyler Evans.
Row number 8 to the inside, WJM Motorsports number 23, Fernando Takahashi. Line up to his outside, Texas Boys Racing number 3, Derek Bucket.
And I'm in one of those moods tonight. I like the name Puckett too.
I actually had to double take at that just to look at the name.
Row number 9 to the inside, representing Team Watt in truck number 46 is Sean Kostritza, and to his outside in truck number 13, it's Brian Terry.
He's not shirking his bucket, is he?
No, not yet. We haven't got green flag racing.
Oh, okay. Row number 10 to the inside out of Indiana. It's the 81 of Taylor Peacock. Line up to his outside. It's the 8 of Cody Verrill.
And row number 11 be Mikey Neal Jr. with Team Syndicate truck number 40 to his outside. The 84, David Farmer.
Row number 12 to the inside, Fast Banana Racing, number 34, Wyatt Brackett. Line up to his outside. It's the 57 from Maze Racing, Kyle Mays.
And the following row in the 25th position, the CFM Esports truck number 48. It's Scott Fritz, and to his outside, Elite Motorsports truck number 7, Justin Winters.
Row number 14, All-American Motorsports number 24, Sean Kaiser on the inside, and High Side Hustlers number 29, Travis Twitty to his out.
Row number 15 to the inside, Michael Robinson, Empire Motorsports truck number 96 to his outside, the Empire Motorsports truck number 75, Jeremiah Hobbs.
31st is going to be Barrett Morton. 32nd, George Gibbs.
The 17th row be Michael Cole and Charlie Mace here at Daytona. Ladies and gentlemen, the pace truck is off. We're going green flag racing here at Daytona. It's the stars and the cars of the Bluegrass Truck Series. Green flag is out. It's going to be some good racing here for 75 laps. Remember your stage break on lap number 25. Your early race leader is truck number 75 of Ron Morris Jr. being side by side with Wes Wiggin as they head out of turn number 2. The 113 of Worthington pushing Wiggin all the way down the back straightaway as he is your race leader as the, let's see, who's that? The 113? No. Who is that? That's Ron Morse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess different car
sure.
number.
Yeah, I'm not too sure on that car number, but really surprised to see how strong the outside row was there, right off the gun and getting Wes Wiggin up to the race lead from the outside. Really surprised to see how strong they were on the outside right off the bat, but it worked out. What is that? Is that says? It looks like it says 316.
Hell yeah! That's what it says on the quarter panel.
Give me a hell yeah. I'm just saying, that might be a wrestling reference too.
It probably is, as Wes Wiggin is your race leader, being pushed by Ron Morris Jr. Daniel Worthington on the outside, getting pushed by David Bracken at 38. And how about Ed Osborne right now in the top 5 as we come out of turn number 4. Down the straightaway. Brackett, you know, he's a little loose there, a little sideways a tad bit at certain times. They got to make the people behind him a little uncomfortable as we completed lap number 2 here at Daytona. Wes Wiggin continues to lead, and now Worthington pulls up alongside Ron Morse Jr., but in the middle of turns 1 and 2, the outside line falls back a tad bit, but off of turn number 2, they're going to try to get a run. Being pushed by David Brackett down the back straightaway. Ed Osborne, the third car to the inside. Then he got Ronnie Shirk, the third truck on the outside there. As you have Tyler Evans right behind him. And how about the rookie, Devin Scroggins, in that 71 on the 4th row inside as we're coming to complete lap number 3 in the books, BJ.
Yeah, I was really actually just watching Devin Scroggins and sitting here thinking to myself, I expect to see some good things out of him here tonight. The last time we were at Super Speedway, he really performed well, just wasn't able to be up there at the end of the race, but he did really well. He was up towards the front a lot throughout the race. I expect to see some great things out of him here tonight. Just riding comfortably right now as the 4th car on that inside row. The inside row really strong now, being led by Wes Wiggin. He's got his teammate leading the outside row. No doubt if they're wanting to get linked up together. Looking back right behind Devin Scroggins, you got the another one of their teammates, Bobby Hall Jr. there on the inside in the 94. These 3 drivers, you know they want to get together. They want to link up there in the front.
Definitely. It's great. You see these drivers falling off pace. You know, they're in a pack all by their lonesome back here in the back. They're trying to save their stuff. Is that a good thing?
Yeah.
Well, I mean... Oh, hang on. Oh, sorry, BJ. I didn't realize your name was Brett.
I didn't realize your name was Brett.
What do you mean?
I was watching the race and I wasn't listening.
That was one of the first words to come out of his mouth. My God! Geez, you try and come in for a special guest announcement, and you just get told to sit down. Okay, dude, settle down. Yes, Steve. It's a catch-22. You know, like they're losing. They've lost the draft of the leaders, and that lead pack. But with the way that they sit back here, it gives them more than enough time to avoid that big one, or even the medium one.
Well, you know, we talked about the baby ones, the medium ones, the big ones. And let me tell you, the person who's not scared right now is the 88 of Wes Wiggin, who continues to lead as lap number 5 are in the books. And BJ, you see him right now. The outside line is slowly slipping away in the back.
It's
See,
not quite
BJ,
as-
that's your cue.
Yeah. I think you can take this one, Brett.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Now you can tell the inside line is definitely more organized than the outside line right now. You see the outside line right there through 3 and 4 just snaked a big time going around that turn. The third, fourth car in the line, both of them just really snaked up hard towards the wall. It makes it real difficult to maintain speed. Bracket I guess Brackett, yeah, David Brackett right there stuck his nose out, possibly trying to pull the truck down. Maybe he's getting a little loose without any wind resistance on the nose of the vehicles. They get very difficult to handle at times.
Well, difficult to handle. They're in turns 1 and 2 now. Coming out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. As we're with it, the crank it up cam. As ahead into the turn number 3, we're still 2 by 2. Many rows deep here at Daytona as 6 laps are in the books as we're on lap number 7. Coming to complete lap number 7, Wes Wiggin continues to lead, being pushed by that 313 of Ron Morris Jr. The outside line, Daniel Worthington starting to inch back up there. The outside line is starting to tighten up as they have 7 laps in the books. Worthington right now on the outside line, right now just right behind their third place runner of Ed Osborne in that 42 truck. So really, Devin Scroggins right there to 71 and the 113 of Daniel Worthington side by side as the outside line starts to try to regroup and see if they can make something happen. You look at Worthington now, he's inched up by Ed Osborne as they come out of turn number 4. Tries to get a run with David Brackett giving them push. And look at the push that 113 has down the front straightaway.
Yeah, I'm really surprised to not see Wes Wiggin make a lane change whenever he's free. But right now, it's going to be Worthington that's going to make the lane changes. That outside row got a monstrous run coming out of turn number 4 and allow Daniel Worthington into the race lead. He's going to move down in front of his teammate of Wes Wiggin. These two now going to link up nose to tail and try to push their way forward and just hope they get more help from behind. You got 76 Ron Morris Jr., 316 on the car. The third car in line on the inside. But look at that. It almost looks like Ron Morris Jr. was getting left behind a little bit there on the inside.
Definitely. Well, that happened. The pass happened for the race lead. Daniel Worthington, your new race leader, as David Brackett now leads the outside line, being pushed by Ronnie Shirk in the 51 and the 77 of Tyler Evans. Shirk gets out of line there as the 77 Evans had to get off the binders. That's not going to help the 38 of David Brackett as the outside line, since it's not really tight, is going to fall a little bit behind as your new race leader, Daniel Worthington, into 113. Teammates 1-2 right now in the 316 of Rod Morris Jr. And let me hear you say, hell yeah!
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
As
Wasn't sure who that was directed to.
I don't either.
As you look right now, let's go and take a look a little further back in the field. You look at the 14th place is the 84 David Farmer. He's a Cup Series regular. Dude, having a good run tonight, up 8 spots. And how about Wyatt Brackett? Currently in 11th position in the 34 truck. Wyatt Brackett up 12 spots and start of the race. Then we have the number 19 or 46, that's Sean Kostritza at 19th place, with Scott Fritz, a Cup regular, in the 20th position. And how about Justin Winters in the 7th truck? Just try to stay out there, stay clean, and be up there towards the front, towards the end of the race. Travis Twitty, our buddy Travis, right now currently running in that 30th position, and Alex Healy out of the race. There's Jonah Colbert all by his lonesome in that 33rd position, BJ. And that's uncharacteristic for this 31 truck.
No, not in the slightest bit. I'm surprised to see him way back. I wonder if maybe he got a little loose through the corner and ended up dropping back spots, or if he dropped back on his own, maybe for trying to cool temperatures or something, and just let it go back a little too far and lost the draft. A lot of variables come into play to put him back there, but definitely not where he wants to be. As we're back side by side for the race lead, David Brackett now starting to battle back to the outside of Daniel Worthington, and it's always nice to see David Brackett up here running in our front, being pushed by Ronnie Shirk right now. We've got a lap car coming on up ahead. That's actually going to be Colbert. Sounds like they're coming up on. These guys are really going to have to start scrambling and making smart moves to try to get by lap traffic. It looks like there's a little bit of contact right there. I'm not sure who that was. I believe Brian Terry was one of the drivers. Maybe Devin Scroggins there as well.
It looked like a little side-by-side right-side romance. And right now, we haven't seen any sparklers and snakes on the track. As you look at the 30-watt of Joe DeCobra, going to pull to the inside of the double yellow line there. Allowed the lead pack to go by. Daniel Worthington, your race leader. David Brackett on the outside line being pushed by Ronnie Shirk. And how about this? Brian Terry, the third truck in line on the outside row, currently running in the 8th position, up 10 spots to start the race. But right now, they got some catching up to do because that inside line is a moving.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to try to group together and really work on this outside line to get moving forward if they really want to have a shot at this. The inside line is going to prevail through the turns almost every single time. You see the outside line get the runs down the straightaways. They're able to maintain a lot more momentum, but that run through the corners, that time gain, that speed gain for the inside row around the turns is just absolutely tremendous, especially when they have so many cars linked together. And Steve, I just heard the first pit stops called out.
Definitely, and Brett has already left the building, so goodbye, Brett. He's cooking some kangaroo.
Brett, if you're still listening, that's a $13 fine for not saying goodbye.
And so we got drivers coming in: Rob Morris Jr., Rowdy Puckett, Devin Scriles, Cody Verrill, Tyler Evans, Cody Anderson, Scott Fritz, Sean Kostritza, and Fernando Takahashi all came down pit road. Right now, your lead pack. Right here, Daniel Worthington leading, Wes Wiggin in second, David Brackett, your top three, Ed Osborne in fourth, and Ronnie Shirk on outside in that 5th position as they get ready for pit stops. And I don't know, if I'm Ronnie Shirk, you better be finding a way down there because you're going to be the lone soldier if all these drivers come out to pit.
And Steve, speaking of pitting, the front two, Worthington and Wiggin, just called out their pit stop. I didn't hear it, but I'll be surprised if Bobby Hall Jr. does not go down with his team, and he is going to a whole slew of drivers. I believe there's only about 5 drivers left that haven't come down yet. And that is actually going to be correct. Ronnie Shirk, Dustin Reinstedt, Sean Kaiser, Barrett Morton, and Michael Cole, the lone survivors here to not go down pit road yet. Those 5 drivers are going to have to be looking real soon.
Definitely right now, Ronnie Shirk, your late race leader, as Dustin Rinstill and Sean Kaiser working together down the back straightaway. We see some drivers that just came off of pit road as we're on lap number 16, 15 laps in the books, 10 laps to go, actually 9.5 as they come into turn number 3. Ronnie Shirk at 51, gotta wonder when he's coming down pit road. As they head out of the turn, he's coming down with Dustin Rinstittle and Kaiser, Barrett Morton, and Michael Cole. Here is your lead pack. Now coming out turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Here's a whole slew of drivers that already made the lap around, and some that just got out, like Wes Wiggin, Daniel Worthington, and David Brackett right there. As Wiggin leads that pack in turn number 3. And look at Ron Morse Jr. all by his lonesome on the outside line, trying to make something work as they come out of turn number 4 down the straightaway. Ronnie's all by his,
I was gonna say he's all by his lonesome right now, but there are drivers coming behind to help him. Granted, there was only 2 that I saw, but those 3 drivers will inevitably, yeah, that's the word I was looking for, lead to more as they try to group up and group together. But right now, with cars rejoining the field right in front of the pack, this could get hairy, and there they go, cars flying to the infield.
That is David Brackett in the 38. That didn't look too... Let me tell you something. If I'm David Brackett now, I'm going to be hot. Let me tell you.
Yeah, for certain. And I'm just going to... our job is to call it as we see it, correct?
That's correct, because it looked like the drivers that just made their pit stop, BJ. I mean, when they came on the track...
did not have any track awareness. That is what I saw. Absolutely no track awareness, pulling up in front of a whole slew of cars, a hornet's nest with a full head of steam. That was some poor thought on those guys' process right there. You see the checkup just caused two cars to make contact. Ron Morris Jr., David Brackett just getting together and going fly to the inside. Luckily, both of them came out with minimal damage, but
well,
they definitely got lucky.
Well, some right side romance and some left side loving happened there under that caution. As Wes Wiggett is your race leader, Daniel Worthington, Mikey Neal Jr., how about that? Up in that third spot, Rowdy Puckett in fourth, and Ed Osborne rounds out your top five. And you know, let's see here.
I'm not sure how Mikey Neal Jr. got up there unless it was just the timing of the caution while he was on his way out of pit road.
I think he paid somebody.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. Him and Rowdy Puckett. Yeah, I mean, I was... actually, I believe I could see them right there when the caution... Yeah, right there they are. They're on their way out of pit road. It looks like when the caution was thrown, and it just happened to be thrown right at the right time, I believe, if I'm seeing this correctly.
And so we take a look. Look, BJ, so the 51 of Ronnie Shirk and the 24. They got in a racing surface. That caused people to check up, get in defensive mode there, try to get around them. And that's when the 76 and the 38 made some contact coming off the racing surface, going some off-roading down the back straightaway. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Lisa. Charlene. Well, let's take a look at some of the drivers tonight. Right now, in the 18th position is that number 7 machine. That truck looking really sharp is Justin Winters, up 8 spots at the start of the race. There is the 46 of Sean Kostritza in 11th, up 6 spots right now. Travis Twitty up 3 spots, coming back on the race surface after making a pit stop in that 25th position. And how about one of the Cup regulars, David Farmer in an 84 truck, coming on back on the racing surface in that 29th position. Cody Anderson is 17, currently running at a 12th spot right now in that number 17 truck. There is Ronnie Shirk in 6th.
Yep, I just got to think of Steve. One thing I'm a little surprised about, pleasantly surprised about, but our first caution didn't happen until after pit stops.
Hey,
so we did see some green flag pit stops.
We definitely did. I mean, Daytona is one of those tracks that's either going to shock you or surprise you or make you go home crying, and really hope it's the shock and surprise with the win.
Yeah.
Well, the trucks are getting doubled up. They're going to get racked and stacked. We're going to let them loose out turn number 4. Row number 1 for this restart will be Wes Wiggett choosing outside with Daniel Worthington is inside, his teammate. Row number 2 be Derek Puckett in the 3 truck and Mikey Neal Jr. Row number 3 will be Ronnie Shirk and Ed Osborne. And row number 4 will be Cody Verrill and Tyler Evans. Row number 5 will be the rookie and Devin Scroggins and Bobby Hall Jr.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised to see Wes Wiggins choose the outside. At the same time, I do understand it. If he times his start just right and gets a real good start, Daniel Worthington times it just a second later. This will allow Wes Wiggins to move down in front of Daniel Worthington and get linked back up with the 2 teammates being a nose to tail by the time they go down the back straightaway, or even just into turns 1 and 2. So I think this is a really smart call by Wes Wiggins, even though not something you would typically see at a super speedway.
Definitely the pace car. Look at the pull in to pit road here. And let me tell you, I kind of feel sorry. I believe it's Cody Anderson has a spotter. And that is...
It is Cody Anderson. And right here you see it. Daniel Worthington did hold back on that start. That's going to allow right there it is. There is the move that I was talking about. I knew it was coming. And yeah, the spotter for Cody Anderson is UDTV's own Alex Robinson. So
God bless
Cody,
America.
we apologize. You know, I tried to help you out a little bit and offer Alex to go in the booth, and I'd help you, but I guess he just didn't go for it. So this is on Alex, okay? I'm just saying.
Right now, the driver's trying to figure out the lanes. As you see Ed Osborne pull up to the outside right in front of the three of Rowdy Puckett. As right now, Ed Osborne trying to roll the outside line in so they can catch up to the inside line. Wes Wiggin continues to lead. Daniel Worthington in second, and Mikey Neal Jr. rounding out your top three here. As you see the whole field, as the drivers in the back, there is, Michael Cole. You see Travis Twitty, Jeremiah Hobbs, Taylor Peacock, and Jonah Colbert there. And then you have another pack that's just broken or loose from the main pack right there. Dustin Rinstidle into 20, the 24 of Sean Kaiser, the 55 of George Gibbs. He told us beginning of the season, we're going to love him here on Ultimate Dirt TV. He's one of the rookies. And I got to say, I really like that truck. It's looking really sharp there tonight, George Gibbs. As right now, your race leader coming to the line is Wes Wiggin, Daniel Worthington, Mikey Neal Jr., your top three. Ed Osborne right now battling with Tyler Evans. Evans on the inside. Osborne trying to get the outside line. And we got melee happening on the front straightaway. The 13 truck of Brian Terry involved as your second caution of the night.
Caution flag flies again. This will end the stage to our top 10. It's going to be Wiggin, Worthington, Neal Evans, Osborne, Scroggins, Puckett, Hall, Shirk, and Kostritza, your top 10. And good job trying to make your way into the top 10 and get some stage points there.
Well, there's David Farmer. Ooh, Nelly. Take a different look at it as they're coming to the start-finish line. I'm not sure the 13 checked up or the 84 just had that one hell of a run that gets in the back bumper of the 13 of Brian Terry there.
At speeds like these guys are running, there are so many variables that come into nose to tail contact. It's so easy to have a checkup so minute you just don't even see it. You don't realize it even happened. And for one driver to just connect in the back bumper, and at the same time, it's so easy to get just massive runs. It does look like there's a bit of a checkup there because you saw 13 of Brian Taylor right up on the back bumper of the truck in front of him and then backed off of him. So it was very, very close. But, it's just super speedway racing. That's how things go. Extremely high speeds. Mistakes are going to happen.
Look at on board here. He was on and off the gas. So I guess he just copped the field a little quicker because we heard him off and on the gas there. Check it up. Now the 84 of the Cup Series regular, David Farmer, has some damage on the front of that vehicle. As now Wes Wiggin bring the whole field down pit road is Wiggin, Worthington, Neal, Evans, Osborne, Scroggins, Puckett, Hall, Shirk, and Kostritza rounds out your top 10 here tonight. As you see the pit stops, there's the 88 making his way. There's Ed Osborne. Everyone down pit road, a very busy pit road, and the first driver off is going to be the 113 of Daniel Worthington. Wes Wiggin will come out second. Tyler Evans, Devin Scroggins, Wyatt Brackett, Derek Puckett, Bobby Hall Jr., Mikey Neal Jr. comes out in the 8th position with Ed Osborne and Cody Anderson rounding out your top 10 after pit stops here tonight. 25 laps. Or 24 have been completed this time round. Be 25, 50 laps to go for the remaining stage. Congratulations going to West Wigan picking up the win of the stage there in S88 Truck to Flex Motorsports. Well, it's been interesting. 2 cautions, BJ, has plagued the race so far tonight.
And 2 cautions in, really and truly, my honest opinion, that is fantastic for a 25-lap run at Daytona. These guys doing a great job out here so far. And you know, I'm gonna go ahead and make my call, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
These Flex Motorsports guys sitting 1 and 2, Worthington and Wigan, will not be in the top 10 at the end of the race. I'm gonna go ahead and make my call now. When push comes to shove and things go down on the last couple lefts, and you know they will, it does every super speedway. These 2 drivers will not be sitting at the top positions.
Wow.
I won't make my call now. I can see it coming.
Wow. That's harsh, BJ.
Just saying. I'm just saying. Hey, you said it. You agreed with me earlier. Our job is to call it as we see it.
Well, I can tell you this. I mean, I don't know what I can tell you, to be honest with you. Oh, well. I'm sleep deprived. I lost an hour. I've been looking for that hour all day long at work and never found it.
If you looked under your bed,
I might.
because that's where I lost mine. That's where I lost mine. I went to bed, and it was midnight.
Well, I can tell you this. Saturday night, went to the casino. The next thing I looked up, it's 4 a.m. And
Ouch.
I'm like, where did the time go? Well, hey, I lost an hour, you know, and I really felt screwed on that end of the stick when I woke up Sunday.
Oh, boy.
And I didn't even catch up Sunday. I was working here at the office, so lights are out. They're going to be racked and stacked. We're fixing to go back to green flag racing for stage number 2, as some of the drivers try to make their way into the chase here, as the chase starts next week. Wigan and Worthington. Worthington will choose the outside line as they come to out of turn number 4. The pace car will be looking to make that left-hand turn. Here we go. The field's in the hands of Daniel Worthington. As we come to the Geico restart zone, he can fire at any time. We'll see when he shoots off. He fires now. Oh, the 88 got a little loose there in that start. That's going to allow the 113 to clear him and get down. But look out. Here comes the 71 of Devin Scroggins. Scroggins. Ooh, the rookie leading the outside line. Getting pushed by the 3 of Derek Puckett. And the 40 of Mikey Neal Jr. As they come out of turn number 2, Mikey Neal might want to watch out because that outside line is a little squirmy right now. As Devin Scroggins is listed as your race leader. Let's see if he's going to lose the 3 of Rowdy Puckett. Oh, he tries, and the door gets shut by the 113 of Daniel Worthington. That's going to upset the outside line. They're going to have to reel everyone back in. Oh, look at that. The 40 truck of Mikey Neal Jr. squeezed down there in that fifth spot on the inside, or 5th truck on the inside line, as he thought better of it with Devin Scroggins and Rowdy Puckett leading that outside line. Devin Scroggins is slowly catching back up, but Derek Puckett, he needs to be right behind that 71 to give him a push, so they're going to inch forward on the outside line. And, you know, right now, if I'm Cody Anderson, I might want to turn my blinker on, think about going to the inside for a moment.
And caution flag's going to fly again. You see drivers scatter on the back straightaway to avoid the check, avoid any contact from checking up from the caution. Take a look. Ooh, did we lose a tire in that number 84 or something? That was
we lost more than a tire. We lost a brain cell.
Yeah, but watch. You might have from that hit, but watch that truck just suddenly turn right. Right there it goes. It looks reminiscent of a tire going flat.
Well, tire or something just let loose in the front truck. Don't forget he was just in a wreck a little bit earlier. So you got to wonder if something arise on that number 84 truck is right on board. You can see the wheel just twitch.
Ooh, that would be a PC issue, actually.
Well,
Sounds as though David Farmer had everything crash on him and lost all control over everything on iRacing, and that was where the truck just went. It just sprung back to recentering on the steering wheel and took off up towards the wall. Very unfortunate to see David Farmer out of this one, most likely, but who knows, maybe we'll see him get some repairs done and make it back on track later and have a chance to go on for this.
well, this time, Devin Scroggins in a third spot. Going to restart on the second row on the inside with Tyler Evans to his outside. And he's going to have his pusher of Derek Puckett right behind him, restarting at fifth position. Got to wonder what Daniel Worthington's going to choose, inside or out, when the lights go out here. As you're watching the Bluegrass Truck Series live on Ultimate Dirt TV and on Facebook and YouTube, and on the Bluegrass Facebook and YouTube, and simulcast live on dirtfan.com. Ed Osborne leads a field of hungry drivers down pit road. As they start to exit, you see Ed Osborne, George Gibbs come back out in 17th, 18th position. Scott Fritz in 19th. Justin Winters comes back out in that 20th spot. Justin Winters, nice looking machine there. That green lettered number 7 machine, the Huffman Designs number 7. Kept the truck nice and clean. He wants to be there at the end. Daniel Worthington in the 113, your race leader in the Flex Motorsports. The Worthington Motorsports RC. Always something. That's right, Daniel. Wes Wiggin in the 88 truck. Started in second, currently running in second. And how about this? Alex Healy out of the race. And BJ, I'm not too sure how far up in points Alex Healy is. Is this going to hurt him or not?
Well, I'm going to go take me a quick look see here, and I'll let you know there, Steve. Oop, that's schedules. Driver standings. Alex Healy. Oh, Alex Healy is safe for the playoffs. He is sitting in 6th in points with 1 win on the season. He is plenty far enough up in points to make sure he makes it into the playoffs. So takes his chances away entirely of going after a regular season championship, but he's still got the playoffs. He's still got the big show that he can go after if he can make it down to the Final Four. So not out of the race just yet, just out of this race.
Well, we're getting back racked and stacked here. Going to let him loose out turn number 4. The truck series with the Bluegrass Iracing League. Want to thank our regulars watching, Sarah, Charlene, and Lisa, for all tuning in tonight. You know, it's great seeing these familiar faces each and every night. We're live here with the Bluegrass. And some of y'all that are watching, the 25 of y'all that, you know, so 25's watching. We know 22 people have not commented. And don't forget, Jason asked you to hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down, either or, to get the algorithm going with the broadcast on the YouTube side of things. So make sure to hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down, either or. It doesn't matter. Just get it going. And make sure to comment in the comment section. Tell us where you're from, who you're cheering on, who you want to win here tonight. As we're 2 by 2 all the way through the field as we get ready for another restart. We'll be coming to the green on lap number 32 with 31 laps in the books here. Daniel Worthington chooses the outside line. Wes Wiggin chooses the inside. The pace truck looking to make that left-hand turn down pit road. The front row leads us to the Geico restart zone. Green flag is back out. We're back to racing. A better start for the 88 of Wes Wiggin. He's going to back it down just a tad bit. Allows teammate Daniel Worthington to come back down. Look at Tyler Evans. He comes down in between the 88 and the 71 of Scroggins. Now the outside row is being led by the 10 truck. And that is Wyatt Brackett up 18 spots, getting pushed by Mikey Neal Jr. And I got to tell you, we might have a new race leader coming out of turn number 4. I know we're down the back straightaway, but look at the run that number 10 is having. Wyatt Brackett getting pushed to the front by Mikey Neal Jr. As they're side by side for the race lead, you got Worthington on the inside being pushed by the 88 of West Wigan. They're side by side out turn number 2. Let's see how the outside line runs. They lose a little momentum off turn number 4. Coming to the start finish line. 32 laps in the books. And give that one to Daniel Worthington, your race leader with Flex Motorsports. His teammate right behind him. Then you got the 77 of Tyler Evans behind them. The outside line still David Wyatt Brackett, pushed by Mikey Neal Jr. in the 94 of Bobby Hall Jr. And then you have David Brackett in the 38. You know, something about Wyatt Brackett right there. Oh, he's going to allow by with 3 wide momentarily. Wyatt Brackett falling back. He got out of line. As now he falls into place right behind the 94 Bobby Hall Jr. Daniel Worthington, your top 3 right there, single file. Actually, your top 4, Scroggins right there. Is Mikey Neal Jr. now trying to rally up the troops on the outside line. He's trying to get Bobby Hall to give him that little push to work his way to the front.
Yeah, definitely expect to see Bobby Hall to get to Mikey Neal Jr.'s back bumper here, and these two work together really well and push forward and go after Wyatt Brackett falling back. I'm wondering right now, looking at this situation, if these guys even realize, whoa, in the 77, Tyler Evans says he wants to take a shot at it and move up there. But right now, what I'm wondering is if these guys even realize the can of worms that they've possibly opened, because now look at where the 3 Flex Motorsports drivers are inside that top 5. They're all right there together, Steve. By the outside line moving as much as they have, they've allowed Bobby Hall Jr. to get moved up there with his team. All they've got to do now is get a break in that line for Bobby Hall Jr. to get in line. And these 3, we know just how quick they are together. We've seen it on Friday nights. We've seen it here with Bluegrass. We've seen it for 2 straight seasons. When these Flex Motorsports guys get together, it is dangerous for the rest of the field.
Well, it sure is. And, you know, you got Drew Pearl cheering on Cody Anderson to wreck. Hey, you know, if you want to see a big one, why not cheer it on? That's all I can say. But he says he's just joking here. But you look at the 77 going to the race lead, getting pushed by Mikey Neal Jr. Now he comes down in front of the 113 of Daniel Worthington. Your new race leader is the 77 of Tyler Evans. As Evans being pushed right now by the 113, Daniel Worthington. Oh, Nelly is getting kind of fierce up here up front. You fix to see some right side love or left side love and right side romance, either or something going to happen. As these drivers are kind of squirmy, as the outside line is being led by Mikey Neal Jr., being pushed by Bobby Hall and Wyatt Brackett with David Brackett right behind him. Their outside lines losing some ground as they come out turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Lisa's cheered on Sean Kostritza for the win in that 46 truck. Had a good running this season. As we're coming on to playoffs next week. As BJ, better watch out. We might have a new race leader here momentarily.
And Mikey Neal Jr. is definitely coming after. But one thing I'm noticing about Mikey Neal Jr. versus other drivers that we've seen on that outside row is not a lot of side drafting from Mikey Neal Jr. You can see the veteran patience from Mikey Neal Jr., the smarts that he has to take his time right now. It's still early. There's still a lot of racing left to go. There's no reason to side draft super hard at this point in time in the race. Take your time right now. And that's exactly what Mikey Neal Jr. is doing. He's not pulling right down to the side of these guys like we've seen others do. Get that side draft, pull that inside line back, and get those massive runs. He's taking his time up there, and it's still working for him because he's got Bobby Hall Jr., another veteran, pushing him forward to the race lead. It is Mikey Neal Jr. going into turn number 3. Tyler Evans, the inside, is going to battle back.
Well, right behind Mikey Neal Jr., or not Mikey Neal, but right behind Bobby Hall, you know, you have a pair of brackets there, Wyatt and David Brackett. Up there, they're 3rd and 4th in line. Bobby Hall pushing the 40 of Mikey Neal Jr. Neal cuts across the 77 into the inside line. And he lost a little momentum there. That's going to allow the 94 to start to pull up, being pushed by Wyatt Brackett. Wyatt Brackett in the 10 truck tonight, pushing that 94 truck down the back straightaway. It's David Brackett right behind him in the 57 of Kyle Mays. We haven't talked much about him. And look at Bobby Hall Jr. right there, side by side, got the push going into turn number 3, but lose some ground. There's a lap truck there to 4. That is Alan Duranco. Stays up against that wall, allowing the whole field to get around him. Around him, excuse me. So people asking about Sean Kostrick's currently running in the 18th position, trying to stay out of trouble there. And then let's look for one of another series regulars, the 7. That's Justin Winters. He's currently running in the 14th position on the outside line. Right behind him is Ron Morris Jr., who was your pole sitter tonight. And how about Scott Fritz in that 01 or the 48? Probably the 48, I believe, in the truck.
Yeah, I do believe that is, yes, that is 48. And I was actually just going to mention, he's sitting right outside the top 10 now. He's at 14 positions. He's having a fantastic run tonight. He's just staying quiet, staying calm. We haven't talked a whole lot about him, but he's doing what he needs to do. Is right now sitting right at, actually inside the top 10 now as positions are moving around. And can we take a look at the 45? 45 just kind of vanished from timing scoring up, but he has returned. And we have a new race leader once again. Wyatt Brackett's going to move to the race lead, move down to the inside, and leave David Brackett to dry out there. I'm a little surprised. At least David Brackett has the 57. Push him. I expect to see David Brackett, when he gets up there, move down in front of Wyatt Brackett, and the two Brackets try to work together and end up leaving Kyle Mays up, or Mays doing a fantastic job as well. He's currently up 20 positions, but Wyatt Brackett up 22 into the race lead right now.
How about that? A pair of brackets right there in striking distance, and we're coming to 35 to go here at Daytona. Wyatt Brackett, race leader. David Brackett now takes the race lead on the outside, being pushed by the 57 of Kyle Mays. David Brackett takes the lead from outside. He looking to cut down. He goes to the inside line right in front of Wyatt there. He's going to leave the 57 of Kyle Mays out there. As the 51 of Roddy Shirk will have to close into the rear bumper. Shirk getting pushed by the 48 of Scott Fritz. And there's Justin Winters. Justin Winters down at 10th position, up 16 spots to start of this race. Wyatt Brackett up 21 spots right now, currently running in that second spot. Your top 5 here at Daytona with the Bluegrass Truck Series looks like this. David Brackett, Wyatt Brackett, Bobby Hall Jr., Mikey Dill Jr., Kyle Mays rounds out your top 5 here with the Bluegrass Truck Series live at Daytona.
And looking further back now, we've got Tyler Evans, Ronnie Shirk, Daniel Worthington, Scott Fritz, Wes Wiggin rounding your top 10. And speaking of Wes Wiggin, Daniel Worthington back there rounding out the top 10. Those two drivers, they've led the entire race, Steve. This momentum shift is absolutely tremendous as it's bracket 1 and 2. Hall, Neal, and Mays, your top 5. Pit stops are being caught out. These guys are looking to come down pit road, including Sean Kostritza, the 17. Not sure who the 17 is out here tonight, do we?
That's Cody Anderson in the 17 truck.
Anderson. So a lot of these guys coming down pit road, but the two that have pretty much dominated this race, Steve, barely hanging on to a top 10 right now.
Definitely. So 16 trucks will advance to the playoffs here in the Bluegrass Iracing Series, all calculated by wins and in points. As right now, your top 7 drivers, single file on the inside. Daniel Worthington, there's Ronnie Shirk, and there you have Scott Fritz being pushed by Justin Winters. Winters in that 7 truck currently running in that 10th spot. As BJ's mentioned, pit stops are starting to happen. As that first group has now came off of pit road. Now here comes another group down pit road. David Brackett. There is the 94. There's Wyatt Brackett in the 10. Your new race leader will be the 48 of Scott Fritz. There's Justin Winters right there in 3rd. Ron Morris Jr. in that 3rd spot. Ed Osborne in 4th, and Travis Twitty. We haven't talked much about him tonight, but he's currently in the top 5. So down pit road, those drivers, West Wigan, Worthington, Brackett, Hall, Neal, Verrill, Scroggins, Shirk, and Mace, all down pit road. Right now, there is the 46 in that 30th position. And he is, BJ, almost a lap down.
Yeah, almost not a lot further to go for him. Probably about a quarter of a mile, but here at speeds these guys run a quarter mile is not very long. And if we could, Steve, can we get the dashboard up real fast on screen just to show just how fast these guys are going out here in these trucks? Right there you see it, 180 miles an hour through the turns, getting upwards of 190, 195 down the straightaways. Quite often we'll watch it down there right now. It's a little buggier than we're used to. Watching Fritz, hey, I'm not used to seeing it work like that. It's not as smooth as it used to. A few updates through iRacing, a few updates through SDK gets it confused a little bit from time to time, but it's not uncommon at all to see these guys upwards of 190 miles an hour and considerably over going around these tracks in the draft like that. So these guys absolutely flying. This is where a lot of mistakes can be made, especially going from 180, 190 mile an hour all the way down to 60 miles an hour in a split second heading down pit road.
Definitely, if you look at your top 10, most of them have been on this tank of fuel for 15 laps. Some, your top 2, been on it for 16 laps, including Jeremiah Hobbs, currently running in the 8th position. As Scott Fritz, your race leader, with Justin Winters right there in second. The 316 is Ron Morris Jeter. There's the 42, Osborne. Osborne going to look to the outside of Ron Morris Jr. as that group comes down pit road. Scott Fritz, Justin Winters, Ed Osborne. Quite a few trucks come down pit road. Ed Osborne, I mean, now is your race leader with Travis Twitty, Taylor Peacock, and George Gibbs. Gibbs in the 55 truck, trying to keep it clean here tonight, get a good finish. Osborne at 42 leads them out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Travis Twitty right there in third. Taylor Peacock in, actually, Travis Twitty in second. Taylor Peacock in that third spot. And there's that George Gibbs. He's about 6 car lengths behind the 81 of Taylor Peacock. As we're waiting for this group, as some of these drivers are coming back onto pit road, off of pit road. They're like the 31 of Jonah Colbert. Meanwhile, the front pack now coming down pit road. Scott Fritz leading the way because
the 41 truck just lost steering. Caution is coming out. Something happened to the 41 that caused him to lose steering. We heard him calling it out. Sounds like that was right there in the middle of a pack.
The 41.
Not sure who. I don't see a 41 on scoring, but I just heard them shouting 41 lost steering.
Well, and I'm looking. Well, I see damage on Mikey Neal's truck. So we'll do it the hard way. Mikey Neal getting pushed there.
41.
Oh, he gets into the outside wall. So is the 41 truck actually the 40 truck?
That's what I'm wondering about. It definitely looks like, because it doesn't look like there was any attempt to avoid turning right there. That is unfortunate for Mikey Neal Jr. Yeah, that truck looks like it's just doing whatever it wants. Looks like there's a complete and total disconnect of steering right there, of all controls for the truck. So I definitely say they meant 40, but it sounded like they were calling out 41.
Maybe you need to get your hearing aids adjusted.
No, I'm gonna rewind, double check, but I heard me shouted it real loud. 41 lost steering. 41 lost steering.
Mikey Neal Jr. the cause of that caution. As that really kind of works out because Ed Osborne is your race leader right now. With Taylor Peacock and Travis Tweed, there's George Gibbs. There is Scott Fritz. So let's take a look. So Osborne came down pit road. Everybody came down pit road. Peacock, Twitty, and Gibbs. So your top four, that caution really benefited them.
Yep, they definitely said 41, but yeah, everybody gets the opportunity now to come down pit road. Some drivers, just a little bit of scrutiny going on. Some drivers got a black flag for coming down closed pits. They said it wasn't closed till they got to it, if I heard correctly, but a bit of scrutiny going on about that one. They're going over it at the moment to figure out exactly what the issue was there and determine whether or not these guys should have their black flags cleared. But
Hell, clear them all, clear them all.
Yeah, sure.
All right, on this restart, you're going to see Justin Winters restarting in that 9th position. Looking through the field here. Sean Kostritza out of the race in the 46 truck.
Looking at scoring right now, I mentioned it earlier, but Hall, Worthington, and Wigan, I said how dangerous they'd be for the rest of the field if they got linked up and were able to race together. And looking at where they're looking at starting this restart, it's going to be 6th, 7th, and 8th. These guys all right here together. It's going to be ridiculous for the rest of this field.
Definitely, Barney must took a heck of a vacation because we got Bernie still up there flagging. Sarah cheering on that number 7.
Steve, we might have some fuel issues for some of these guys. Some of these guys never saw pit road open. So some of them that were looking at trying to get one more pit stop or whatever, several of these guys did not get to come down pit road for this caution. It never showed them that it opened. So several drivers gonna end up with different runs on their fuel for this run here.
Definitely lights are out, they're back racked and stacked. I can tell you right now, Sean Kostritza is one hot person right now. He is ticked, and he's going to take some time to cool off, get a nice cold shower after tonight's race. Like we said, Daytona, it brings out the best and the worst. And what do you mean by that? Things can happen in a heartbeat and turn your night upside down, or it could be something like, tonight we saw the pair of brackets up front battling for the race lead. So there's always something going on here at Daytona. And I believe that number 46, where was he sitting in points, BJ?
46 sitting in points, standings. He is sitting in 8th position right now. So he sits in good position to go after a championship at this point in time. He's really going to have to step up his game in the coming weeks in order to remain in the playoffs in that 8th position. He's going to have a bit of an uphill battle, but he's definitely got... He's got the speed to do it. He's just, as he said in the messages that we've seen, Steve, he's got the speed to do it. He's got to catch a break.
Well, right now, the lights got turned back on, and now they're turned off as they're down the back straightaway. We're going to try it one more time. 24 laps to go, and we'll go back to green flag racing. Ed Osborne chooses the inside for the restart. And Taylor Peacock will be on the outside in the Blanchard's towing. Truck number 81. Row number 2 be Travis Twitty. And the 55 of George Gibbs. What about it if George Gibbs can pick up a win here tonight? Justin Winters right now in that 9th position, doing a good job. Ronnie Shirk down pit road still, as we're fixing to come back to green flag racing. Peak's car looking to pull in. It does. As Ed Osborne brings the field back down to the Geico restart zone. He can fire at any time. Once across it, he fires. Good start for Ed Osborne in that 42 truck. Travis Twitty right there on the inside line. It's going to allow the 81 Taylor Peacock to get down. As the inside line really kind of formed really quick. The outside line, George Gibbs there left out to dry as most of the drivers went to the inside.
A lot of difference has been made in this race. Our top 4 drivers, with the exception of Ed Osborne, all up double-digit positions. Ed Osborne currently up 2 positions, being at race lead. So he's made his way back to the front. Watch these guys jumping out to the outside line to try to go after something. I believe that's Scott Fritz there. Yes, it is Scott Fritz. Jumped up in front of the 55 of George Gibbs. Those two are going to try to work together to move forward. I'm surprised nobody else is really coming up there with them.
Well, you look at that, the inside line kind of snaked out a little bit as the 48 Scott Fritz had to get on the binders a tad bit or let off. Now look at Travis Twitty making a move to the outside in front of the 48 as he pulls alongside the 81 of Taylor Peacock going into turn number 1. The outside line just needs a little bit more momentum. He needs that 55 truck to close in on the back bumper of the 48 and Scott Fritz. As they come out, turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Ed Osborne is your race leader, being pushed by Taylor Peacock. Right behind him is Bobby Hall Jr. at 94. The outside line is slowly starting to form there. You see the 57. That is the 57 truck of Kyle Mays. He tries to join the field on the outside line, pushing that 55 truck.
A 5-car train to the outside, now trying to battle this inside row, being led by Travis Twitty. Fantastic job by Travis Twitty throughout this race. Just keep that truck clean, keep quiet, do what he needs to do. Now he's up here with an opportunity to contend for the race lead as he rides right now side by side with Bobby Hall Jr. for that 3rd spot. He is going to have as they come down the back straightaway. He's got a fantastic driver of Scott Fritz right there behind him, pushing him as they head into turn number 3. Scott Fritz gets up to his back bumper, really gives him a good push. Travis Twitty could come up here and start leading here at Daytona. These guys still have one more pit stop in their future. By the way the trends have gone throughout this race, still one more chance for several of these drivers to go for a Hail Mary call, get a splash and go after a race win.
Well, I can tell you this, after this next set of pit stops, I will tell you who I'm going to call the race winner. I will tell you that. After the last pit stops, I really believe we're going to have a first-time winner this season tonight in the Truck Series. Right now, Travis Twitty, can he get it done in that 29 truck? Last season, this season, just some oddball things happened to him. And he's, some races he stayed nice and clean, and he was up there towards the end. But could tonight break out and pick up the win here with the Bluegrass Cup Series right now, currently running in that 3rd position, being pushed by the 48 of Scott Fritz. Fritz, you see that truck go up on this a tad bit, trying to get some air to that motor, to cool it back down, so he gives the 29 a hell of a push, as that's what Travis Twitty is really hoping for as they come out of turn number 2 down the bank straightaway. And Osborne still being pushed by Taylor Peacock, and now look at Travis Twitty. Slowly inching as the 48 is on his back bumper. Moves are fixing to start happening as we are 19 and a half laps to go for Ed Osborne in that 42 truck. And talk about Ed, we don't talk about him much, and he's leading here at Daytona.
This season's not been very strong for him, but he's in prime position right now. But Steve, I'm going to be honest with you. The car that I expect to win it, he's stayed calm, he stayed quiet throughout this race, but he stayed up towards the front the whole time. That's going to be the 55 Devin Scroggins, or George Gibbs, I mean. One of the rookies of the series, I really expected lap car up against. Well, they're going to run 3 wide, but he's going to keep it up there, stay nice and safe, allow everybody to get by him safely. They're going to keep running, but I'm keeping my eye on that 55. I really think he's a contender for this one. Another lap car coming up ahead.
That's right. The lap car go up against the outside walls. The lead pack gets around him. Travis Twitty still being pushed by the 48 of Scott Fritz there. The 55, he's not on the back bumper of Scott Fritz. He needs that. Travis Twitty needs that for the momentum to pull up alongside the 42 of Ed Osborne, who continues to lead the way with 18 laps to go here with the Bluegrass Truck Series. This is just heating up because we got pit stops coming up shortly as we take a look at the pit strategy board on there. Most of these drivers been on 10 to 14 laps of fuel already. So Bobby Hall Jr. already on 14 laps since his last pit stop, along with Daniel Worthington, his teammate in the Flex Motorsports. So that strategy is going to be a little bit different, BJ.
Yeah, Worthington and Hall, 2 of the drivers that never saw pit road open. I suspect these 2 were trying to push it out there for 2 more laps and then come down and split the remaining laps that they had in half in contact. Several drivers going around. Green flag staying out for the moment. Surprised to see that, but everybody's going to try to get back on track and get rolling. No caution for that. Several drivers involved with no caution. We see the 57 of Kyle Mays involved, the 71 of Devin Scroggins.
Well, if you look at the 55, just was coming. There's the 55. The 71 Scroggins is going a lap down right there. And here goes the 55. Just did clear him, slaps him with the rear end. And that bunched up the whole field. As we are back to the line pictures with 17 laps to go. After that, the whole field is single filed out with 16 to go. Charlie Mays coming down pit road. So if you look at it now, Travis Twitty now to the inside. There is George Gibbs in the 55 right behind him. So you got to wonder, are these drivers all coming down pit road at the same time, or to try to work something out?
They're definitely getting in line, looking at their pit road, wondering when is going to be the best time to come down. That is for certain. I've not really heard any pit calls called out, but when you see everybody stop battling for the race leads, stop battling side by side in the front pack, it's definitely a good sign that pit stops are about to happen. And I don't know. I'm surprised to see Worthington and Hall still hanging it out there, though.
Definitely. Right now, you look at Justin Winters. It looks like he has a little bit of damage on the right side of the truck there, probably with the melee that happened on the front straightaway. Right behind him is Ron Morris Jr. But meanwhile, Ed Osborne continues to lead the way here with Taylor Peacock, Scott Fritz, Bobby Hall Jr., and Daniel Worthington rounding out your top 5 here in the Bluegrass. 42 Ed Osborne right there coming out turn number 4, and pit stops are happening, buddy.
Everybody coming down pit road, that entire front line, it looked like coming down, being led right now by Taylor Peacock on pit road. Power move by Peacock to get up into the front right there coming on pit road. Man, I'm real interested at this point. I don't even know what to say or what to think coming to the end of this race. Michael Robinson, Jeremiah Hobbs, Michael Cole, Tyler Evans, Barrett Morton, your current top 5 with these pit cycles going underway right now.
Well, right now you see it. There they come off of pit road. There's Taylor Peacock. There's Scott Fritz, Ed Osborne, Bobby Hall Jr., Travis Twitty right there, Wes Wiggin, Daniel Worthington, and there is George Gibbs. And that might have hurt George Gibbs coming off of that pit road. As I'm looking right here, Justin Winters now making a pit stop in the Huffman Designs truck number 7, currently running in that 21st position. Michael Robinson, Jeremiah Hobbs all come down pit road. That leaves Michael Cole in the 67 and Tyler Evans right there in second. There's Barrett Morton in the 9.
Laps are winding down very, very fast for these guys. Pit stops still underway for the entire field. I don't even know what to think at this point. I don't know who's going to come after this one. I don't know who's going to win this one. My thought for George Gibbs, he got heavy contact on outside wall. Really expected to see him as a contender for the win, but that heavy right side contact to that wall, that's really going to hurt his chances on this. I'm not sure who this one's going to be now, Steve.
Definitely coming 12 laps to go. Tyler Evans, your race leader. Barrett Morton, Michael Cole, Jonah Colbert, Sean Kaiser rounds out your top 5. Looking at pit strategies on the board. Evans been 15 laps. Morton, Cole, Colbert, Kaiser, Renstedel been 13 laps. Peacock has already made the pit stop. So 7th place. That's where the pit stops have already happened. So we know these drivers will have to make one more stop, your lead pack. Taylor Peacock leads the second pack. Look at Bobby Hall Jr. getting pushed on the outside. Oh, they bobble, they weave, they sew a blanket. And we keep it going. Down the back straightaway, we see them side by side for the second pack. As now Tyler Evans and Michael Cole make their way down pit road. They relinquish the lead to Barrett Morton in the 9 truck and Jonah Colbert. There's Sean Kaiser, Dustin Renstedel there. Bobby Hall Jr. now leads that second pack as they've already made their pit stops as they come across the Geico restart zone, passing the flag stand. Bobby Hall Jr. getting pushed by Travis Twitty. And this, I said I would call it. I believe your race winner tonight will be the 29 truck of Travis Twitty.
I knew that was going to be your call, and I wanted to say it, but I wasn't going to take your call from you. So I went with George Gibbs, and I still think George Gibbs could have done it if it weren't for that hard hit to the wall. I still think George Gibbs would have been a heavy contender for it. Run out the leaders still making their way down pit road. Morton, Colbert, Kaiser, and Ryan still the top 4 still yet to make their final pit stop. Everybody else has made their pit stop now throughout this race or is currently on pit road. And that the one leading those guys that have already made their pit stop, Bobby Hall Jr. and Daniel Worthington, they've gotten linked up. But here comes Travis Twitty to the inside with Taylor Peacock pushing him to the race lead once again.
Well, not exactly to the race lead. We still got the leaders still out, but he's pushing them.
Well, yeah.
In the lead of the second pack. How about that? As Bobby Hall's on the outside, being pushed by the 113 of Daniel Worthington. As now your lead pack has come down pit road with Barrett Morton, Jonah Colbert, Sean Kaiser, and Dustin Renstedel. Travis Twitty. Here he comes with Bobby Hall to his outside, coming to 8 laps to go at the line. It's going to be Travis Twitty by an inch. Bobby Hall trying to get an outside line rolling as he has this Flex Motorsports teammate of the 113 of Daniel Worthington. Right now, Travis Twitty needs that 81 of Taylor Peacock to get right there in the back bumper, give him a push. Because right now, the 113 is glued to that 94 truck. As now the 94 Bobby Hall does clear the 29. And now, so does the 113 of Daniel Worthington. Ooh, Hall flirts really close to the outside wall. You almost saw some sparklers and snakes in turn number 3 as they come out of turn number 4. Here comes Travis Twitty battling back to the inside. Coming to 8 laps to go here.
It's just incredible side by side, almost dead even racing. Got 3 trucks on the inside, 3 trucks on the outside. You really see the momentum shift going through the turn. The inside line gets the speed, the outside line coming off the turn with the speed and the momentum battles right back. This is going to be so close at the end. I'm glued to the screen right now watching to see just who's going to pull this one off. any one of these drivers right here in the top 6, I think, can come home with it right now.
Definitely right now, the 29, he wants that 81 glued to his back bumper as Hall leads the pack on the outside line. Here comes Travis Twitty battling back on the inside, being pushed by Taylor Peacock and the 42 of Ed Osborne. They need Ed Osborne close on the back bumper of the 81 truck. Right now, Hall being pushed by Daniel Worthington. They're on the outside line. There is the wad of Scott Fritz. 7 laps to go here as they come out of turn number 2 down in the back straightaway. A lap car right there going a lap down as we're coming to 6.5 laps to go here at Daytona.
Where did West Wiggin disappear to? Because last I saw, West Wiggin was right on the back bumper of that number 48 there on the outside. So I'm surprised that he's not up there with him anymore. Problems with the number 88 machine, dropping him all the way back into that 8th or 9th position right now. A little surprised to see that, but that outside line right now really showing their strength. Flex Motorsports guys and the CFM driver of Scott Fritz right there, man. They are linked up tight on that outside line, but here comes the inside line getting coordinated once again and starting to fight back. Travis Twitty coming after it again with Peacock pushing him.
Peacock giving a good push down the back straightaway. Travis Twitty, Bobby Hall still side by side with round about 5.5 laps to go here at Daytona, the Bluegrass Truck Series, watching live on Ultimate Dirt TV. Travis Twitty is scored the race leader momentarily now. Bobby Hall battles back on the outside. They come to the start-finish line. Who's it going to be at the line? It's going to be Travis Twitty in the 29 truck. 5 laps to go here at Daytona. It's anybody's race in the top 6 right now. Travis Twitty and Bobby Hall Jr. Now look to the inside. 4 trucks versus the Flex Motorsports on the outside. Bobby Hall Jr. going to have to get the 113 to squeeze in tight there to try to keep that outside line to going. And you can see Taylor Peacock. He's thinking about it, but they have to clear him. And look at the push the 113 gives Bobby Hall Jr. They're sticking to it, as right now your race leader is the 29 truck of Travis Twitty. They come out of turn number 4 down the straightaway as we're coming to 4 laps to go here at Daytona.
It's exactly what Travis Twitty really wanted. He wanted one of those guys on the outside to fall in line, drop down to the inside line, and give them that extra push to get past the Flex Motorsports drivers. Flex Motorsports has pretty much dominated the majority of this race, all but a little bit right in the middle of it after the stage break. Just 4 laps remaining, though. And look at the power. Oh, no. Heavy contact. The back bumper, Travis Twitty. Twitty's going to go around. Both of the Flex Motorsports drivers going to lose a lot of pace down through the grass. And it's going to be heavy damage to both those drivers. And Twitty, oh, man. Hope's going to be dashed right there, more than likely. That's going to be heavy damage, especially to the right side of that number 29.
Well, you saw a little bit of dancing. The 81 and the 29, the bumper just clipped and shot the 29 up against the 94 to 113. Tough luck for those 3 drivers. Taylor Peacock is now your race leader. Drama at the closest stages here. Let me tell you, I'll almost bet you it's hot down there in the 29 camp.
I'm actually listening to conversations right now. I'm gonna be honest with you, Steve. I don't hear any tempers. Everybody seems really quiet, really calm right now. But it could just be that calm before the storm. Peacock is apologizing to Twitty for the situation. I'm not hearing any responses from Twitty. This could be the thought of I don't want to respond right now. He's being kind. He's being polite. And if I respond, it could end badly.
Well, the 29 truck, Travis Twitty, he has some damage on the rear bumper. There's Bobby Hall right there in the 94 truck. Actually, Peacock will now come down pit road with Bobby Hall Jr. Wes Wiggin coming down pit road. He has damage on an 88 truck. So Ed Osborne in the 42. The 48 of Scott Fritz. Michael Robinson right there in the 96. Jeremiah Hobbs. And there's Travis Twitty. So the front don't look too bad. Too shabby there. The back has a crinkle in it.
See the other side of it. He might have got real lucky.
He might have.
It was a hard hit to only have that amount of damage on the thing. And actually, that thing's barely got a mark down that right side of it. Yeah, he might. I think Travis might be the luckiest person out there right this minute.
He could be, that's for sure.
A bit of crinkles on that right rear. You see a little gap right there in the body panels right behind the wheel.
So not too bad. I mean,
He lives to fight another day by the looks of it. Holy cow.
there's the front of his truck right there. So he might be in good shape. But, boys and girls, it's not over with yet. The lights turn out. It's going to be agreed. White checkered. You're not there on the edge of your seats. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Because this fixing to get dicey up here.
This is where if you were at one of our local football stadiums, this is where you would hear the crowd shout, in unison shouting, overtime.
Alright, I guess they're racked and stacked. You see the field, the back of the field's catching up to the field. You know, just think, BJ, last week this time, we just went green. All right, Ed Osborne and the 48 of Scott Fritz, the CFM Motorsports driver, on the outside of the front row. The pace truck car will be looking to pull in as Ed Osborne will lead the field to the Geico restart zone. They're 2 by 2 as space car now. You see him pull it in. They're at the Geico restart zone. Ed Osborne fire anytime. Green flag is in there. We're back to racing. 2 laps to go here at Daytona.
And immediately see the lines all change throughout the field. Everybody's the calls that some of these guys are making are really just absolutely surprising. See everybody spread out immediately on those restarts like that. Osborne to the race lead, or still in the race lead, rather being pushed by Michael Robinson, currently up 27 positions. Scott Fritz up 23 positions, now battling back to the outside. And look who he's got behind him, Steve. We've not really talked about him throughout the night, but he is there, and he is going after it. Now, Jonah Colbert, several wins on the season. If I'm not mistaken, he's in the top 3 in points. He's a threat every time he shows up. Yes, he is currently sitting 2nd in points. He's a threat every time he shows up. And tonight, probably his quietest night all season long, he's in striking distance with the white flag in the air.
White flag in the air right now. Ed Osborne looking for the win. As they come out, turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Scott Fritz getting pushed by Jonah Colbert. We're 2x2x2, beating Rose Deep down the back straightaway. It's going to be a dogfight going into turn number 3. These drivers, they're looking good right now as the 42 just barely inches over that 48. They come out of turn number 4 for the final time down the straightaway. Scott Fritz leading outside line. Ed Osborne. Oh, Scott Fritz gets turned at the line. It's shown Scott Fritz as your winner. We have to watch the official results.
Airborne.
Scott Fritz listed as your race winner with Ed Osborne, Jono Cobert rounding out your top 3.
Steve, I got some numbers for you. It is not Scott Fritz that won this race.
Hey.
We'll see it here in a moment. I've got some news for you when you pull up the results.
Let's see. It's going to be different.
It is different. It is 1/10,000th of a second. 1/10,000th. That is the 4th number after the decimal.
Look at there. Ed Osborne picks up the win.
That is a complete total virtual tie right there. You notice that is all zeros. That means that is 1/10,000th of a difference between those two drivers.
So how about that scoring? That's how close it was. Scoring showed Scott Fritz, but we're going to take a look here. Right there, contact is made. Scott Fritz right there is a nose ahead. And at the line,
that actually looks like Fritz.
It does by this. So let's see here. I hope Evans is okay there. Well, let's look. There it is. Contact is made at the start finish line. I mean, that was close. So, I mean, BJ, it's got, I mean, this is one of those. Let's see if we can. Rewind it a tad bit. I guess can't get it stopped right there at the line. We're trying. Right there. And if you look at it, BJ, it's barely a nose there at the start finish line.
I'm looking at it at a bird's eye view right now. I'm on my end. I am straight above, looking at a bird's eye view, and I can't see a clear winner. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I've moved my camera around from my end, and I do not see a clear winner. This is the closest finish I have ever seen.
How about that? Ed Osborne picking up his first win of the season. I would really hate to be in the admin booth right now.
I would too, because according to iRacing, that is a 1/10,000th of a second. 10,000th. 4th decimal win over Scott Fritz for Ed Osborne. But looking at this, man, I do not know.
I mean, they're right there. Depends on which angle you look at it. But we'll go with iRacing scoring. And iRacing says your race winner is that 42 of Ed Osborne. Congratulations. Let's go ahead and get our results on the board. Ed Osborne picking up the first win with Scott Frisch, Jonah Colbert, Michael Robinson, Dustin Renstall, Bobby Hall Jr., Jeremiah Hobbs, Sean Kaiser, Barrett Morton, Tyler Evans, Kyle Bays, Michael Cole, Wes Wiggin, Taylor Peacock, George Gibbs, Travis Twitty, David Brackett, Daniel Worthington, rounding out your top 18 here tonight. 19th will be Charlie Mace and Cody Anderson, rounding out your top 20. You got Brad Terry, Fernando Takahashi, Devin Scroggins, Ron Morris Jr., Alan Duranco, Justin Winters, Cody Verrill, Ronnie Shirk, Derek Puckett, Mikey Neal Jr., and Wyatt Brackett, Sean Kostritza, David Farmer, and Alex Ely, rounding out your field. We'll be right back with post-race interviews. Alrighty. Welcome back to Ultimate Dirt TV. And let's see here. BJ's caught up with third place finisher.
That's right. I've caught up with Jonah Colbert. Man, quietest night I think I've ever seen you have. And then there at the end of the race, on the green and white checkered, all of a sudden you're there.
Yeah, kind of went to plan. Our team pulled off the same strategy at Atlanta, and it worked out really well for us because we swept the podium there. So it was just about being quiet tonight and staying as far away from the carnage as we could. With nobody having faster pairs, it's just a matter of letting everybody beat each other up, especially with how narrow of a track it is, and just kind of hope that you can be there at the end and time things right. And yeah, just kind of it worked out. So yeah, it's pretty fun.
You know, you're heading in next week into the playoffs. Round one is going to be at, let me double check this, Darlington. Any kind of game plan, any kind of strategies going into the playoffs?
Go fast at the beginning, go fast in the middle, and go fast at the end.
All righty. That is it in a nutshell. Well, go ahead and thank your sponsor. Shout out to everybody who helped make it possible for that third place finish to happen.
Shout out to JC Motorsports. We all worked together tonight and really got dialed in as a team, and you know we all brought it together there in the top 5, top 10. So it was a good team effort. Just everybody, lining up and working together. So shout out to those guys. Shout out to Lucas Lyons. He wasn't able to race with us tonight, so hopefully we'll get him back next week and get us some playoff momentum. That's it.
All righty. Congratulations again on third place finish.
Thanks.
Steve?
All righty. Coming home in second place tonight.
Oh, wrong one. Right one.
Scott Fritz, congratulations on your second place run. I will tell you this, that was close, bud.
Yeah. Too bad Iracing goes off the transponder and not the finish line cam, because the finish line cam looks like I got everybody knows. But still, Ed definitely deserved that one. He's been trying to win one of these things since the beginning, and he finally got himself one tonight. So can't congratulate him enough.
Definitely. What a good battle going on at one point, seeing Travis Twitty running up front, in the back of my mind, I'm cheering him on. Actually, out loud, I was cheering him on. It always seems he gets caught up in these wrecks, which benefited y'all for that restart that really lined up. I mean, talk about some hard racing throughout the night.
Yeah, it was good racing all throughout the night. any chance you get to take some of Hackney's money, I was going to, and he put up 50 to see if he could win all three. So show up tonight, rode around a little bit, and when it was finally time to go, we made our way to the front, and I was pushing Twitty there for a little bit, and I would have pushed him all the way to the win if I could have. I like Twitty, we're good buddies, and he definitely deserves to win one too, and he hasn't gotten himself one either. But yeah, it was unfortunate to happen to him.
Well, so the momentum right now in this 48 truck, I mean, you'll be here tomorrow night.
Yep.
So the momentum's on your side. Does tonight help you prepare for tomorrow night? Or the Cups?
Oh yeah, I think it does. More the Xfinity. The Xfinity drafts a lot more like the Cup car, or more like the truck. The Cup car, not so much. They've made it a little better, but yeah, it definitely helps. I mean, we won the Daytona Racing Xfinity last year, and we've won the most plate races in Bluegrass. So I think we got a good shot at it. Definitely carrying a lot of momentum here going into the playoffs. Had a good couple weeks lately after a rough beginning of the season, but hopefully we can see if we can get it done tomorrow night.
Well, go ahead and thank those fine sponsors for everything that make it all happen.
Yes. As always, Team CFM Esports, Majose Speed Shop, 1K Graphics, Busy Corner Buggies, UNOH, 605 Racing and Tire Solutions, 61 Media, and then obviously Bluegrass and everyone putting this on. And then, as always, Steve and BJ, you guys in the booth, Ultimate Dirt TV, you guys do a fine job, and see you tomorrow night.
All right, that is Scott Fritz coming home in second in the 48 truck. BJ's caught up with their race winner.
That's right. In the closest finish I have personally ever seen in my 4 years on iRacing. 1/10,000th of a second according to iRacing. Wow.
How about that?
Wow. Tell us a little bit about it from your end.
Well, I don't know. Right now, I'm so emotional. I really don't know what to say. I've been in Bluegrass ever since the very start, and this is my first actual point race that I've won. So it's been a long, long road, but finally, yeah, I wasn't for sure. I looked over as we come out of 4, and I thought, yep, I'm not going to get it. And then I think it was Bobby coming up through the center, and so I knew that would halt the second row down if he could get to them. But then I'm not sure what happened on the outside there, but man, what a finish. Holy Toledo. I wasn't sure if I had it or not.
I can tell you this, if it was me and I won the race, I think I would retire tomorrow.
Yeah. I with all of that went on, I could not believe that I still crossed the line first. That was, I don't know, that's God giving me a little friendly push there, I think. He knows how hard I've been trying, so it's been a frustrating season for me. And then I knew coming in tonight that it was pretty much going to be a win it and in it for me. That was going to be the only way that I could make it. But man, to all my buddies out here that rooted for me before the race and told me, yeah, you're going to get this, and then high side, all my teammates, we actually thought that we was going to push Travis to the win, is how we thought it was going to go down, and I was just going to hope I could get in on point. But I think Taylor kind of got into him and got him sideways, and all chaos ensued. But I was wanting it to go green from there, I didn't really want that caution. I wasn't very confident in myself. I've been here so many times, and it's just not happened, But thank God I finally got it in tonight, just right when I needed it.
Well, finally got that win in. An emotional win for you. And an incredible finish. Go and thank your sponsors. Shout outs everybody who helped get you up there.
Number one for sure is Jason. Thanks, Jason, for all of this that you put on. I know it's a lot of work. Heads up for you, buddy. That's all I can say. You do a great job. All my teammates again, Taylor, George, Travis. Thanks, guys, for hanging in there and being a team. good to work together with people, especially on these super speedways, you know. Kind of a special shout out to the old Misfit boys, Joey Doucette and Chris Blanchard. We were talking with them there before the race, and they were telling me, yeah, go get the win, Ed. You got this. You got this. So shout out to them. And, of course, the guys over at work, VFP. Appreciate everything y'all do. Man, what a ride.
All righty. Well, congratulations again to you. And we'll see you back here next week.
Yep.
Steve?
Appreciate you guys.
You're
Absolutely.
welcome, Ed.
Steve?
Congratulations, Ed, picking up your first career official Bluegrass Series win here tonight in the Truck Series.
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you thought this was exciting, we got 2 more nights to go with the Xfinity Series and the Cup Series. And BJ, that was exciting. Tomorrow night, we're going to discuss the difference between scoring with SDK and the transponder scoring with SDK. We'll explain that and why it shows 2 different results on the board. We'll go through that tomorrow night. Congratulations to Ed Osborne. It couldn't happen to a better guy picking up the win here tonight. Stay tuned to tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern with the Bluegrass Xfinity Series live on Ultimate Dirt TV. I'm Steve McMillan, BJ Duvall. We're going to say good night and God bless.